Hello and welcome. My name is Lorraine Ham, and this is StarSeeds Living Your Best Life. Today we're talking about dimensions. What are they? What is the fifth dimension, and why are we all wanting to go there? But before we get started, please check the information box below. All my links are there in a link tree if you want to know anything more about what I do, what's going on. Also, if you like this video, please like and share and subscribe because that helps more people get this information. It makes the video more visible to the greater world. And as StarSeeds, many StarSeeds are just discovering who they are, what their starseed nature is, and the more we can trigger their awakening, the better the planet and the world is, especially since we're all going to 5D. What is 5D? It's a really good question, and it's something that many people don't fully understand. What is this that we are traversing through? What is the difference between third dimension and fifth dimension? Well, we can look at the dimensions as bands of frequency that go higher in the scale. You can sort of look at it like a piano. A piano has keys, and there are low frequency keys. That's the deeper, richer tones. And there are high frequency keys. Those are the bright and tinkly sounds. And no one of those keys is better than another key. It's just different. So the dimensions are like that. They are bands of frequency, and the frequency is higher the higher you go up in the dimensions. We are currently in a third, bleeding into fourth dimensional reality. And third dimension is all about, it's self-focused. It's me, I, my world. How does everything outside affect me? It is self-focused, self-driven, self-guided. It is everything bounced off how it affects me. Fourth dimension is this sort of interesting dimension in that we're sliding through it pretty fast, and it is really transitioning us from a self-focus to a service to others focus. We are learning and growing and expanding, and external forces are pushing and accelerating that expansion. Fifth dimension is what we consider the Christed crystalline. And I know that as StarSeeds, you have heard these terms. You may not have understood the full depth, breadth, and width of them. But if you think about what was the Christ energy, what was it that the Christ brought in and introduced to the world? It was service to others. It was love thy neighbor as thyself. It was focused externally on the greater good of the whole, not coddling and not sacrificing, although he did do sacrifice. It is not an energy of sacrifice that we're moving into. Fifth dimension is recognizing our sovereignty, our oneness with the divine, and in communion with the greater whole. We've all heard the concept of the Aquarian age, and the fifth dimension truly does embrace and encompass the concept of the Aquarian age, which is love everyone. It is community focused. It is an expanded heart space that includes all of life as equal to myself. Nothing is better than me. Nothing is less than me. We are all one family. This is the energy of the fifth dimension. This is the energy that we are all rapidly being thrust into. Now, there are some souls, and we are all individual fractals of the Divine One. And some souls are choosing to remain in a third dimensional experience. Maybe they just want to experience more growth, more understanding of what a duality consciousness is. And there's nothing wrong with that. They will choose to remain in 3D, and the rest of us that are choosing will move into the 5D. Now, as individual fractals of the Divine One, we have consciousness, and we are all connected. So here's the really cool thing about the dimensions, because we can traverse the dimensions at any time in our inner realms, our inner state, through our conscious intent. I use a meditation technique that allows me to travel, and I often do meditations on this channel, and we do travel to the fifth dimension quite often because we are building that reality in a conscious way. So I highly encourage that you develop a meditational practice consistently if you want to travel the dimensions and experience other realities. The fifth dimension is, as I said, being built through our conscious intent. We are creators. StarSeeds, light workers, conscious beings are creating our new reality, because that's what we are. We are creators. We are extensions of the one divine. And as such, we can, through conscious connection with the whole, experience any reality that we choose. We can go down to the first and second. I don't recommend it. I discourage you from experiencing that. There are beings and energies that, unless you are totally focused, you don't want to encounter. Also, we can go even higher up. We can go clear up as far as we can think into higher dimensional states. This is done through conscious intention and intending to connect into those frequencies. It's all energy. It's all frequency. Now, what is life going to be like in a fifth dimensional reality? What can we expect in a fifth dimensional reality? It is called a crystalline network at this point in time. It is a crystalline. Our bodies are shifting out of carbon into a crystalline state, from carbon to silica. It is lighter. It is not as dense or heavy. It is more ethereal. And the really fun thing is our sight, our vision begins to broaden and take in all that has always existed, but we have not had the ability to see. So we're going to see amazing creatures. We're going to see unicorns and dragons and fairies, because they all exist. They are all real. They just are beyond they're at a frequency that vibrates where our third dimensional eyes cannot see. We must see with our pineal gland, which is our third eye. So the reality is going to be so different, but we are going to have an adjustment period. It's going to be eased into. We are not going to wake up one day and our body is moved from carbon to crystalline. It is a transitionary process. Some of us will choose to exit and reincarnate or come back in. Although we are we will go off of a karmic wheel. It will no longer exist in the fifth dimension. Lifetimes will be lengthened. Experiences will be broadened. We will be living a very community, love-based experience. And that is foreign to most of us. But many of us have been visiting and we are expanding our awarenesses. So I encourage you to do the meditational work to intend and focus yourself into the fifth dimension and allow it to expand, allow it to teach you. And while you're there, using your powers of manifestation, which in the fifth dimension are off the charts, build a reality that you want to see. Take the time to focus your manifestation abilities and create a world that is beautiful, joy-filled, and loving. So I hope that helps. I hope it broadens your understanding. This is just a quick little video to help all starseeds and light workers as we move along this path. Until next time, my name is LorRayN Ham. Happy journeying.